For the 2019 Lincoln Nautilus, another name is an opportunity at a fresh start, and the SUV in the past known as MKX gets enough new hardware to give the fair-size premium/extravagance SUV another rent on life. The Nautilus is the principal Lincoln to discard its old lettered name for another, investigation-themed moniker. That is fine by me since it was difficult to keep Lincoln's letters in order soup lineup of MKC, MKX, MKZ and MKT straight. Lincoln reps state that in the end the majority of the vehicles will dump the lettering and get genuine words for names, yet they weren't capable, or willing, to unveil what those names would be simply yet. The powertrains are a case of this division. The Nautilus replaces the active V6 with another base motor, a 250-drive, turbocharged 2.0-liter 4-barrel that makes 280 pounds-feet of torque. The discretionary motor continues as before, a 335 horsepower, twin-turbocharged 2.7-liter V6 that makes 380 pounds-feet of torque. Every motor is mated to another 8-speed programmed transmission. In spite of the fact that the two transmissions have a similar number of apparatuses, Lincoln said every motor has an interesting rendition, with various rigging proportions and other mechanical changes. I found a major hole in execution between the two motors, and the discretionary motor shrouds the base by a critical sum. The base motor has some worked-in slack before it truly gets into its capacity band, and its transmission additionally has an unusual wavering to it, which is a 1-2 punch. There's a distinction between quickening agent pedal sources of info and forward movement that is off-putting. Moving the Nautilus into its progressively forceful mode utilizing the S-catch on the apparatus selector improves yet doesn't take care of the issue, and it makes the powertrain feel, and sound, burdened. The discretionary 2.7-liter, in the interim, doesn't experience the ill effects of this by any stretch of the imagination. It feels in a state of harmony with its transmission, the changes are fresh and it doesn't chase for gears in any of the situations that I tossed at it. Power surges on typically and rapidly, and in spite of the fact that the Nautilus has an unequivocal spotlight on solace with its suspension and taking care of, this powertrain really makes it enjoyable to direct. Furthermore, oddly, the bigger motor by one way or another profits preferred expressway mileage over the base motor, 27 miles per gallon versus 25 miles per gallon, EPA evaluated. This mind-blowing powertrain blend was my single most loved part of the Nautilus. There is additionally a major refresh to the all-wheel drive. It currently withdraws the drive shaft to the back when it's not expected to decrease mechanical misfortune and help mileage. When you do require AWD, in case of footing misfortune or hard increasing speed where the framework needs to send influence to the back wheels, it snaps back in decently fast. A helpful realistic in the instrument BOA road that shows the torque split to each wheel indicated control rapidly being moved rearward when I ventured on the gas with fervor. The two renditions of the Nautilus that I drove accompanied AWD, and the framework works consistently out and about, which is the place the Nautilus will experience by far most of the time. It has some front-wheel drive predisposition yet rushes to rearrange control around when justified. The perfect powertrain setup is the AWD alongside the discretionary motor, however it's not shabby to include them. All Nautilus trim dimensions begin with a base motor/front drive setup, including the line-topping Black Label models. The discretionary motor expenses $2,070 and all-wheel drive attaches another $2,495, so $4,565 for both. Inside, the Nautilus offers an unusual blend of top-of-the-line materials and shabby plastics that don't appear as though they have a place. This is most evident on Black Label models. The copper-hued test vehicle appeared in these photographs was a Black Label Chalet, one of the 3 accessible topics. There are likewise Gala and Thoroughbred versions accessible, framing a group of 3 of things I can't bear. The brilliant 22-way fueled seats are canvassed in supple calfskin and accompany controlled rubbing usefulness that you can really feel. There are real, open-pore wood trim pieces that coordinate the stylish of the Nautilus consummately, and the main event is a delicate suede-like material. Be that as it may, at that point you swing to the inside comfort, and appropriate beside the wood are swaths of shabby plastic that seem as though they came straight from the Ford Edge. The front stockpiling container that houses a remote charging cushion feels particularly shaky, and the base piece of the entryways are hard plastic, also. We realize that Lincoln can make top-notch insides, the most recent Navigator being the first model, and you get a portion of those highs in the Nautilus. I simply wish it were progressively reliable, particularly with the sticker price that the black label directions. There are remarkable unequivocal positives to the Nautilus inside. Matchup 3 is an astounding touchscreen sight and sound framework, quick and straightforward, alongside standard Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. There are just 2 USB ports for the entire lodge, however the Nautilus likewise offers a 3-prong family outlet at the base of the inside capacity canister, alongside a 12-volt outlet, so it's progressively trivial. A 12.3-inch instrument board show is likewise recently standard,